In 1990, Scotland's Bravehearts were knocked out by Brazil, literally in the case of midfielder Murdo McLeod, who'd got his face in the way of a Branco Thunderblaster.
He hits a free kick and decks a Scottish player, I think it was McLeod. He was poleaxed. It was like taking a nuclear bomb in the face. A lot of people in Brazil started saying afterwards that, well, maybe he killed that guy. That guy's dead. And in school, I remember my friends say, yeah, that guy's dead.
No, I'm still here to tell the story.
If only he could remember it.
Eventually, when I get back onto the feet, I still did know what I was doing and who we were playing against, what way we were shooting.
Not that it would have really made a difference for Scotland.
Well, people always ask me, did it hurt? I still don't know, because I don't think it hurt, because I don't remember anything about it.
Poor Murdo, but from that moment on, national hero. We love you.
We want to get loaded, and we want to have a good time.
For 8 years after his wonder goal against England, Maradona lived the high life, literally. He was banned in 1991 for 12 months for drug and maybe fashion-related crimes. There were rumours his career was over, but somehow he got back into shape and into the Argentina squad for the '94 World Cup in America.
He was back. We love a comeback. He was back on the ball. He looked great. The old Maradona was back.
Yes, he was back. And in a match against Greece, he showed the world he still had the old magic in him. Maradona! But his saucer-eyed celebration got the world thinking, hold on a minute, what else has he got in him?
He was like screaming, bug-eyed into the camera. It's like being attacked by a rabid dog or something. His eyeballs are just ridiculous, and you can almost smell the barbiturates or whatever. You think, what is going on here?
In the next game, totally randomly of course, Maradona was selected for drug testing after the match.
What if you're a drug tester? Let's test the guy going...
Perhaps the drug testers saw that and thought, we'll have a little chat with our mate Diego afterwards and just give him a little test and just see. It's not often you see a player frog marched off the pitch by a nurse. But Maradona managed it.
He must have melted the cup, whatever he had to pee into. I would not want to go anywhere near. It's probably still cooling down now somewhere in the laboratory.
Maradona duly tested positive for ephedrine, a performance-enhancing drug illegal in the USA but readily available in chemists across Buenos Aires. He was kicked out and banned for 15 months. Adios, Diego.
Revenge is a dish best served cold. I think every Englishman probably laughed out loud and said, I told you so.
Well, he might not run. He can't half-score.
He was sent home in disgrace and would never play for his country again.
We want to get loaded, and we want to have a good time.
But they did make him manager, though. See you in South Africa.
Peter, are you any good at free kicks?
No, not really. But I know a bloke who is.
England manager Glenn Hoddle made some strange and shocking decisions at the 1998 World Cup. First of all, he dropped Geordie genius Paul Gascoigne from the squad. Hoddle didn't feel Gazza was in the right shape, and at England's training camp he broke the news, which he didn't take well.
I think it was probably due to the fact that Hoddle was playing Kenny G that Gazza was going out of his mind.
Yes, the visionary Hoddle decided to soften the blow by playing the relaxing, smooth jazz of America's premier saxophonist. No wonder he flipped. Hoddle then had another bombshell for our other superstar, David Beckham.
He had played in every single qualifying game. We were all getting excited just how he'd perform in the World Cup. And then Glenn Hoddle goes and leaves him out the first 2 games.
Glenn was adamant that it wasn't the right time for David Beckham to be playing in the World Cup.
What do I think Hoddle's head was doing at the time? Nobody knows what Glenn Hoddle's head is doing at any time.
So after consulting his crystal balls, Hoddle dropped golden balls, and England lost. What a balls up. So, after tucking into a rather large slice of humble pie, Hoddle recalled Beckham for the deciding group game, played in front of England's hardcore travelling fans.
He certainly had the spotlight on him and didn't disappoint.
And it was Colombia's defence who got a real shock as Becks popped his England scoring cherry.
I would imagine David Beckham, sort of range he would fancy. That's Beckham! Oh, it's in!
The supporters celebrate a splendid goal.
There's a magnificent free kick.
It was one of those, you know, let out a little bit of wee moments that you have in your life.
I got a great view of the free kick. You see the ball stroke, it's on its way, and then you see it ball to the net. What a great feeling that is.
And the biggest achievement of it as well, compared to all of the other Beckham free kicks, is he had to curl it over Valderrama's afro as well, which is good, but also makes you think that's a great way to defend. Just like have Valderrama in your wall and then Jedward on either post. You're never going to concede a goal.
Practice makes perfect, and it's the perfect momentum for England now.
The world took notice of David Beckham that night in Long.
Well, what a thoroughly impressive game this young man has had.
Graham Poll was the best in the world. He was close to getting the World Cup final.
Yes, he was. Well, unless England's top ref dropped a massive clanger in the crucial 2006 match between Australia and Croatia. But that would never happen.
It was, wow, great a test. A chance for me to prove that I am one of the best referees here. A chance for me to show FIFA that they've got the right guy for the right job.
But sadly, it didn't work out all that well. In fact, Poll made World Cup history by booking the same player twice and not sending him off.
And Simunic picks up his second yellow card. The red's confirmed. I don't think Graham Poll has got the red out of his pocket yet.
I don't make mistakes like that, or I didn't.
And then 3 minutes later, he showed him a third yellow card, finally remembering the red. A bit late, though.
Up with the yellow card, and that was it. My fate was done.
He was meant to be our best referee, and he did that. Like, imagine what our worst referee would have done on the World Cup. People were like, oh, what's all the commotion? Uriah Rennie's made the Spanish team play in their underpants because they turned up in the wrong kit.
What about the fourth official and the linesman? Well, I think they must have known, but they just want to make Poll look like a...
It was a calamity that cost Poll his reputation, his dignity, and the World Cup final.
I just felt that I needed some space in the time, and I walked back on the pitch. I was dressed, got my FIFA suit on, and I went back into the centre circle because I knew my tournament was over, just to almost look round and wave goodbye to World Cup football, because that was it.
He looked like a man out of his depth, and we all loved him.
And he'll always be mocked for it, rightly so.
I went up to my room and shut the door, locked it, obviously many, many tears. And I found myself sitting on a window ledge, and I'm looking down at these Australian boys partying, and the contrast in moods couldn't have been more different. And I just thought, again, you look back at it and think, God, if they'd looked up, I wonder what they'd have thought.
Jump?
And it was all yellow.